Arionne Curry's absence was impossible to ignore. The City of Angels shimmered with red carpets and flashing cameras as the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast arrived looking flawless. Melody Shari glowing in a metallic gown that radiated confidence, Martell Holt calm but visibly uneasy, Letitia and Marsaw Scott posing as the perfect power couple, and Kimmy Scott, ever the peacemaker, trying to keep things steady. Yet even under the bright California sun, something felt incomplete. The missing piece was Arionne. There was no grand entrance, no cameo, not even a passing mention. And fans noticed immediately. Within hours, social media was buzzing with questions. Where was Arionne Curry? Why wasn't she invited to the reunion? Had the network silenced her once again? Arionne, however, isn't the type to stay quiet. Soon after the reunion, she took to Instagram with cryptic posts dripping in shade and confidence. "They keep pretending this story started on TV," she wrote, "but I lived it long before the cameras came." That one line reignited the fire. Fans split into two camps. Some believed she had every right to speak her truth, while others felt the show should finally move on. Behind the scenes, ON executives were reportedly panicking, citing security concerns and emotional triggers as excuses for excluding her. But insiders whispered the real reason. They feared she'd exposed too much, turning the reunion into pure chaos. Meanwhile, the reunion taping carried on, but the tension was undeniable. Melody handled herself with grace, staying focused on her growth and peace, while Martell couldn't hide his nerves. Every time his phone buzzed, insiders said he looked uneasy, as if he was waiting for Arionne to drop another bomb. Letitia threw subtle shade with a sly comment about people staying pressed about not being in the room, while Kimmy did her best to keep things civil. But when producers asked Melody and Martell about co-parenting, the air grew heavy. Melody answered calmly, speaking about healing and her children, while Martell muttered vaguely about moving forward. The silence that followed said it all. Arionne's presence lingered, even if she wasn't there. When the reunion finally aired, viewers immediately noticed the heavy editing. Every mention of Arionne had been cut, yet her absence screamed louder than words. The internet exploded with accusations that the network was trying to rewrite history. Then came the leaks. Screenshots allegedly showing Letitia calling Arionne thirsty for clout, followed by a viral video of Martell yelling, "I don't want to hear another word about that woman." The clip spread like wildfire, and Martell's image took a nosedive. Not long after, reports surfaced that ON had suspended or fired him for unprofessional conduct, though everyone knew it was fallout from the Arionne drama that had spiraled out of control. But Arionne wasn't done. Late one night, she went live on Instagram, her tone calm but cutting. "They tried to erase me," she said, "but you can't erase the truth." Thousands tuned in as she hinted at years of deceit, secret producer deals, and edited storylines. She claimed to have proof, messages, photos, recordings, and fans believed her. Hashtags like Justice for Arionne, LAMH Uncut, and The Real Story dominated social media. Bloggers began calling it the Arionne Curry effect, a symbol of how the truth always finds its way to the surface. Martell disappeared from the public eye, canceling appearances and staying silent while his reputation crumbled. Melody posted serene photos with captions about peace and freedom, which fans interpreted as subtle jabs at both Martell and Arionne. Meanwhile, ON reportedly held emergency meetings, torn between giving Arionne a platform or continuing to ignore her. The audience demanded answers, and the pressure on the network was intense. Then another shockwave hit. Arionne released behind-the-scenes footage that contradicted key moments from the show, suggesting her story had been twisted to fit a narrative. The footage reignited debate across social media, shifting public perception in her favor. As weeks passed, Arionne's tone softened. Her fiery posts evolved into something more reflective. "I'm not here to destroy anyone," she wrote in a late-night message. "I just wanted my truth to be heard." It was a rare moment of vulnerability that changed everything. Even her harshest critics began to see her in a new light, admiring how she turned pain into purpose. By summer, it was clear Love and Marriage Huntsville would never be the same. The network's polished image had cracked, exposing the raw truth behind the cameras. Arionne Curry, once dismissed as the other woman, had rewritten the narrative. The cameras might not have been rolling, but she no longer needed them. Her voice alone commanded the spotlight. And as whispers spread that ON might give her a spin-off or one-on-one special, one thing became undeniable. Arionne Curry was no longer the outsider. She was the story, the headline, the storm that changed Love and Marriage Huntsville forever. As summer turned to fall, the storm Arionne Curry created only grew stronger. What started as whispers had now become a full-blown media reckoning. Entertainment blogs, gossip channels, and mainstream outlets all wanted a piece of the Arionne story.